Welcome to the EndZone. Make sure to hit that bell for notifications so we can move the chains. Let's get right into it. Let's get it going. The mid-season all XFL team. Now I've looked through this a little bit and there's just a couple things that I'd like to, nitpick at that you could make a case for some other players. Not really that many. The XFL is pretty cut and dry, and the XFL league as a whole does a great job of, taking care of their players and knowing the stats, all that good stuff, especially for fantasy. They really know who's the best, who has the edge. The XFL just does a great job in the whole, collecting their stats, all that good stuff. So let's look at the offense. And PJ Walker, yeah, he's the quarterback. Really no surprise here. Now I'm going to tell you why PJ Walker is one of the most important players in the XFL, not just because of how good he is, but it's part of the reason why he's going to be in the NFL this time next year. He's probably not going to be on an XFL team ever again because of his talent. But remember, he came from the Colts practice squad. His story is incredible. I might do a video on it just because it's so intriguing and so cool. Leave a comment down below if you'd be interested in that. But PJ Walker was on a practice squad for the Colts. He could easily just be a guy moving from practice squad to practice squad or off practice squads and back on, and he may have never taken an NFL snap because of that. And that's just the reality of a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL. They become lifetime backups. Not saying that's a bad thing. It's very hard to do. But the XFL has allowed PJ Walker to really shine and show not only how much of an athlete, but how great of a passer he really is. And the XFL can use him as a selling point. They can say, okay, we had this quarterback PJ Walker come in. He's in the NFL right now. Maybe he'll be successful in the NFL. I hope the best for him. But the XFL can use that to get other practice squad quarterbacks. And I think that's vital for the XFL, not only for the brand, but just for the gameplay. Just having those quarterbacks in on these teams is going to help the league so much. So moving on to running back Matt Jones, St. Louis Battlehawks. Now this is the only problem I have with the list. Not really a problem, just this could go either way. If you look at the stats for Matt Jones, 314 total yards, 80 attempts, 1 touchdown. Now I've watched him. He is a really good running back. I'm not trying to take anything away from him. He obviously also has a receiving touchdown, but Davion Smith, he's got 365 yards, 90 attempts, 0 touchdowns. And then Jaquez Patrick, 60 attempts, 2 touchdowns, 254 yards. So these guys all really could make a case for the running back award on the mid-season all XFL team. Comment down below what you think about that. You can make a case for all 3 of those guys. And at wide receiver, Cam Phillips, another player from Houston who's probably going to be in the NFL fairly soon. He is incredible. Got some blazing speed, and he's got great hands. Dan Williams, second in receiving yards. He's been on a team that struggled early on, but he still shined. I remember week 1, he was one of the top receivers. Although the Vipers didn't really score any offensive touchdowns, he's still making a name for himself. Then Nelson Spruce, another guy who lots of college football fans probably know because he was so great at Colorado. He has dealt with some injuries this year, and it's a shame. It is really a shame because he could have some outstanding stats, and I hope that doesn't hurt him. He's trying to get back to the NFL. That doesn't hold him back. Tight end Donald Parham, another obvious pick, 3rd in receiving yards overall in the league. Obviously, not having Landry Jones is going to hurt, but he's still shining. He's still got 4 touchdowns through the air. And he's also a great blocking tight end, which is very, very important, obviously. Speaking of blocking, along the offensive line, we have Terry Poole, Martez Ivy, Anthony Cole, Sebastian Tretola, and Marquise Shakir. All these guys are very talented. Martez Ivy, to me, has shined. The whole Vipers offensive line has shined. It's pretty telling that they have 2 running backs, Davion Smith and Jaquez Patrick, who are ranked in the top 5 in total rushing yards. It's not a coincidence. Definitely a guy to watch out for if you're interested in O-line play. Now on the defensive line, go to Kayvon Walker, first in sacks and quarterback hits. This guy is a monster. You really need to watch out for him if you're watching the Guardians live or on TV. He is one of my favorite players to watch. Will Sutton with Seattle, played for Arizona State. He was kind of a bust in the NFL, but he's definitely showing up. 5 quarterback hits, a sack along that defensive tackle position. He's really big. Devin Taylor, another really strong guy. And then Anthony Johnson, who came from the Wildcats to the Defenders. Another guy that really helped the Defenders' defense. He was an impact right when he got on the field. At linebacker, DeMarcus Gates from the Houston Roughnecks. Excellent, fast linebacker. And the best linebacker, best defensive player, in my opinion, in the whole league is Steven Johnson. He might be one of the best players in the league. Probably not the best, but he's definitely up there. I've highlighted him multiple times whenever you watch my videos because he's so good. He is definitely going to get a shot at an NFL team after this season. He's super fast, and I mean, you look at that. First in tackles, 48 tackles, and 6 tackles for loss over just 5 games. 48 tackles over 5 games. I mean, he is a monster. Moving on to defensive backs, Tavares McFadden. He is locked down. 3 passes defended, 2 interceptions. You see him there having some fun with the turnover against the Defenders. That was incredible. His game, they basically, they shut down Cardell Jones, Josh Hawkins from the Renegades, Deatrick Nichols from the Roughnecks, Will Hill from St. Louis Battlehawks. Love watching him. Really fast, and he gets to the quarterback, as you can see. But this is the guy who I'm going to highlight. He might be the second most important player behind PJ Walker. And I'll tell you why. If you don't know about Kenny Robinson from the St. Louis Battlehawks, he's a guy who came from college. He could have stayed in college if he had wanted to. He still had eligibility left in college, but he wasn't eligible for the NFL draft. So this is what the XFL, I feel, needs to target. Not really to be successful. I think they could be successful without going this route, but to make them more successful, I think that this is a viable option. You get players who are already in college, or maybe who are going into college, say, hey, we have this guy, Kenny Robinson, all-star, played in St. Louis, now he's in the NFL. He used the XFL as a launching point. Not only did he use it as a launching point, like you would in college, but guess what? This guy got paid. And he got paid a lot of money. It's a lot more than college. Despite what people say in the comment sections, oh, college players are getting paid. They're not getting paid this much. Trust me. Trust me on that one. Moving on to special teams. Got kicker Taylor Russolino. He's got the overflow. Love to see it. Great hair, including a 58-yard field goal. I mean, please, come on. He didn't win this because of field goal. He did it because of the hair. Hunter Niswander, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Punter for DC. He is also incredible. Then Austin Walter, who had that electrifying kickoff return for a touchdown. But yeah, this is the midseason all XFL team. Let me know down below if you think there's some players who missed out on here that should have been on. Or maybe some players who you think are a little bit overhyped. Thanks for watching the End Zone. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment so we can move the chains.